can take this in.
Shalom.
Shalom.
First and foremost, we want to give all praise, glory, and honor to
Yahweh, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, HaKadosh.
I want to give double honor to our apostles and our elders, the great Moses and our Ruel, and peace, blessings, and salutations to the elect scattered abroad. It's your brother Yohanathan and
Shalom, Adawan.
Adawan coming through with another lesson through the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Lord willing, this video is edifying. And today we wanna go into so what if we don't have a lot of followers?
Yeah. So what? I was gonna say, so what if we don't have a big following or a big congregation, if you will? The Lord said that we would be in small sanctuaries among the nations. Matter of fact, I'll start off with that scripture. Bible Shah, can you get Ezekiel 11:16?
This is Ezekiel 11 verse 16, and it reads, "Therefore say, thus said the Lord Yahweh, although I have cast them far off among the heathen, and although I have scattered them among the countries, yet I will be to them as a little sanctuary in the countries where they shall come."
So the Lord said he will be unto them as a little sanctuary in the countries where they shall come. So that's what you're seeing. You're seeing little sanctuaries, man. All right, this right now is a little sanctuary. You got two brothers here, man, including the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Okay? But other than that, hey, but what did the Lord say? Where two or more are gathered in my name, there I am in the midst. So, hey, that's all you really need, man. You don't need a big multitude. And that's the thing. Jake gets caught up with numbers. Numbers don't really matter. Okay?
Right.
Numbers don't matter at all. Matter of fact, Bible Shah, can you look up that scripture in Psalms? It says, just type in like king, multitude, host. You could just type in literally those three words. Because numbers don't matter, man. The scriptures talk about how one of you shall chase 1,000. So how is it that one man is able to chase 10,000 or chase 1,000 people? Because the spirit of the Lord is behind him. So that goes to show you numbers don't matter. All right. Numbers. Now, don't get me wrong. Numbers are helpful. It's helpful to have a lot of brothers around you and stuff like that. But it's not necessary, man. All you really need truly is the spirit of the Lord.
16, all right. This is Psalms 33 and 16. "There is no king saved by the multitude of an host. A mighty man is not delivered by much strength."
Right, exactly. So there's no king saved by the multitude of an host. And you could actually read about stories like that in the scriptures when you read in the Apocrypha during the time of the book of Maccabees. Okay, let me actually start off with that real quick. You go ahead.
Just to add, this is an underdog story.
Right.
The Lord isn't dealing with everybody. He's dealing with that small few, the elect.
Matter of fact, what's that? Matthew 22:14. Can you get that, Bible Shop? 22. Matthew 22:14.
This is Matthew chapter 22, verse 14. "For many are called, but few are chosen." Come on. So that's, just show you that, even a lot of people might be called into this thing, but, only a few are chosen in this walk. The Lord's only dealing with, a few. He's not dealing with everybody.
Exactly. All right. Now, I got this quick precept here in the book of Maccabees. This is First Maccabees chapter 3. And I'm going to start at, I'll start at verse 14. All right. But the main point really is around verse 16. It's First Maccabees 3 starting at verse 14. All right. Ooh, man. Man, oh man. Let me actually start at let me start at verse 11. First Maccabees 3 and 11. "Which thing when Judas perceived, he went forth to meet him, and so he smote him and slew him. Many also fell down slain, but the rest fled." Okay? "Wherefore Judas took their spoils, and Apollonius swore also. and therewith he fought all his life long. Now when Saran, a prince of the army of Syria, heard say that Judas had gathered unto him a multitude and company of the faithful to go out with him to war, and that's all we need. All we need is the multitude of the faithful, man. Okay? There's a saying where I'd rather have an army of 100 sheep led by one lion than to have or like something like that, or than to have you know, like 10 lions led by one sheep, something like that. There's like a saying like that, you know.
That makes sense.
So to like flip it and to put it in a truth perspective, you know, I'd rather have a camp with, you know, whether it be 2 solid brothers, or, you know, it could even be 50 solid brothers, than to have a whole mega church of you know, weak spiritual people, spiritually weakened people, man.
Right.
You know, spiritually, mentally, okay? You know, go ahead.
You know, in the world, they say, you know, strength in numbers. You know, we can, you know, use that same thing, but like the brother said, we'd rather have men that's, you know, faithful, you know, they in the spirit,
Exactly.
rather than weak spirit people. Just because it's a multitude of them, you know, they might be off, they might be wicked.
Exactly. You know, them mega churches, the Lord ain't dealing with those mega churches, man.
Right.
But their congregation outweighs, you know, our congregation. But yet the Spirit of the Lord is still, you know, which we believe humbly, which I'm saying humbly, you know, we believe that the Lord is dealing with us. You know, and there's nothing wrong with believing that the Lord is dealing with you, you know, but you just got to make sure that you're upholding yourself according to the fashion of a man of the Lord. And the man of the Lord is humble. Okay? Lord willing, we be those men. Nevertheless, I want to touch on that point, though, because it says, Judas had gathered unto him a multitude in the company of the faithful to go out with him to war. Okay? And I want to touch on this precept real quick, because that was something that we did back in the ancient world, too. When we went out to war, only the faithful men. Okay, and that goes to show you that in order to be a true warrior, you have to have faith. You know, but this is Deuteronomy 20 and verse 8. And the officers shall speak further unto the people, and they shall say, what man is there that is fearful and faint-hearted? Let him go and return unto his house, lest his brethren's heart faint as well as his heart. You know, so that goes to show you, we don't want, you know, no faint-hearted man a part of the congregation, a part of the body.
That's
You
right.
know, and that goes to show you that not everybody is welcome a part of the body.
That's right.
Even going out to war, they didn't want no faint-hearted man with them, man. You know, because that same spirit will wear off on the other brethren. You know, so we much rather have, you know, a camp of 4 solid brothers, or a camp of even 2 solid brothers, or whatever. It might even be 1 solid brother, because there's one-man camps out there too. You know, but it'll get the job done through the Spirit. It's not about numbers. It's just about the Spirit of the Lord being with you. Now, when you have the Spirit of the Lord dealing with you and you got numbers, then now you really got problems. You know what I mean? Now, so let me finish off on this. This is 1 Maccabees 3 and verse 14. He said, I will get me a name and honor in the kingdom, for I will go fight with Judas and them that are with him, who despise the king's commandment. Verse 15. So he made him ready to go up, and there went with him a mighty host of the ungodly to help him. So he had a lot of people. It was a mighty host. He had a big army, but it said what? Of the ungodly, you know, to help him, and to be avenged of the children of Israel. And when he came near to the going up of Beth-horon, Judas went forth to meet him with a small company. Okay, meaning he had a small group of soldiers with him. And guess what? Let's keep reading. Verse 17. Who, when they saw the host coming to meet them, said unto Judas, how shall we be able, being so few, to fight against so great a multitude, and so strong, seeing we are ready to faint with fasting all this day? So they had a small multitude, and they were fasting all day, man. So they was weakened, physically, they were weakened in the flesh. So what did Judas say, though? Verse 18, unto whom Judas answered, it is no hard matter for many to be shut up in the hands of few. Meaning it's no hard matter for the Lord to give us the victory over this great multitude of the ungodly. And there's just a few of us. Okay? You know, if the Lord wanted to, and I'm going to keep it 100, if the Lord wanted to, there could be 10,000 dudes coming after, you know, me and the brother right now. If the Lord put the Spirit on us, we'll be able to slay all of them, man.
Right.
Okay, and you can actually read about that in the scriptures. In the Maccabees, in the book of Maccabees, you had stories like that where men would literally run through a whole army full of men. One man will be able to run through a whole army full of men and be slaying men on both sides, man. Okay? And also, you know, during the time of King David and his mighty men, you know, he said 3 of his mighty men broke through the host of the Philistines, man, to go get water for King David, man. You know? So they were clearly outnumbered, but yet the Spirit of the Lord was dealing. All right? And that's what it's all about. It's all about the Spirit of the Lord dealing with you. Not by our own strength, not by numbers. That's why we brought out Psalms 33. Matter of fact, can you read that again if you still got it, Baba Shah? I think that was Psalms 33 and 16. Yeah, bring that back real quick, Akil Baba Shah. Actually, I got it right here. It's Psalms 33 and 16. It says, there is no king saved by the multitude of an host. A mighty man is not delivered by much strength. Yeah, so it don't even matter how strong you are. It don't matter how many guys you got backing up behind you. If the Spirit of the Lord ain't dealing, then it doesn't matter.
Right.
Okay? It says, and an horse is a vain thing for safety. Neither shall he deliver any by his great strength. Yeah, so if you got a vehicle, but you think you can just skate away on your vehicle, that's a vain thing for safety, man. You know? A horse back then in the ancient world, that was their form of transportation, if you will. You know? The horses used to ride on the chariots, okay? It says, verse 18, behold, the eye of the Lord is upon them that fear him. So the Lord, he deals with them that fear him. It says, upon them that hope in his mercy, to deliver their soul from death, and to keep them alive in famine, okay? And these scriptures are heavy because these are the times we're coming into.
Right.
A mass death, mass famine is coming, you know?
And who's going to be protected? You know, the true men of the Lord that fear him.
Exactly, man, as we read. Okay? Verse 20, our soul waiteth for the Lord, he is our help and our shield. For our heart shall rejoice in him, because we have trusted in his holy name. Let thy mercy, O Lord, be upon us according as we hope in thee. And you could, scale that right back to Judas Iscariot, because that's the same spirit he was coming in. So I'll read that again. This is 1 Maccabees 3 and 18. Unto whom Judas answered, it is no hard matter for many to be shut up in the hands of a few. And with the power of heaven, it is all one. Meaning what? Let's keep reading. It says to deliver with a great multitude or a small company. So with the Lord, YAHAWASHI, it's like dealing with one man. Like just as easy as it is for the Lord to put the Spirit on you to just go one-on-one with a dude and, do him in, if you will. It's the same thing how the Lord can have you be 1 versus 1,000, and you could do all 1,000 of them in, because the Spirit of the Lord is giving you the unction to do so, man. All right, now let's keep reading. Verse 19, for the victory of battle standeth not in the multitude of an host, meaning don't matter how many men you got. That's not where victory comes from. It says, but strength cometh from heaven. Okay? They come against us in much pride and iniquity to destroy us, and our wives and children to spoil us. But we fight for our lives and our laws. Okay? Wherefore the Lord himself will overthrow them before our face. And as for you, be ye not afraid of them. And this is heavy because in the times that we're coming into, some brothers are going to be blessed with spiritual powers, man. Esau's going to come in with a multitude of a host. Them FEMA troops, them Gurkha troops, those mercenaries and stuff like that, they're going to come in with their tanks, their guns, their Humvees, so on and so forth. Okay? But guess what? The Lord's going to put the Spirit on his men to be protected in the day. Scriptures say, when the enemy shall come in like a flood, the Spirit of the Lord is going to lift up a standard against him. You want to get that, Baba Shah? I think that's Isaiah 59 and 19. So that goes to show you, man, that it doesn't matter. Numbers really don't matter if YAHAWASHI is not dealing with you. Because Esau, the scripture says he's coming in like a flood. Meaning he's coming in with a great abundance of, troops. You got it?
All right, this is Isaiah 59 and 19. So shall they fear the name of the Lord from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, the Spirit of the Lord, YAHAWASHI, shall lift up a standard against him.
Right, and when you go into that word standard in the Hebrew, it's nawas, which means to be put to flight. So our enemies are going to be put to flight right before our face, man. All right, and we're going to be a small multitude compared to them. Lord willing, we be a part of that number, to get spiritual powers and to fight off our enemies in those days with spiritual powers, But even if we don't get spiritual powers, that don't mean the Lord still can't protect us.
That's right.
Hey, we read earlier how, the angel, well, I don't believe we read that, but, in Psalms 33, it says right here, Psalms 33 and 18, behold, the eye of the Lord is upon them that fear him, upon them that hope in his mercy, to deliver their soul from death and to keep them alive in famine. You know, and also in Psalms 34:7, it says, the angel of the Lord encampeth round about them that fear him and delivereth them. You know, so it all goes back to that fear of the Lord. That's what's most important, man. Fearing YAHAWASHI and keeping the faith in YAHAWASHI. All right? And technically, if you fear YAHAWASHI, that's a form of having faith in the Lord.
That's right.
You know, because you believe that he can jack you up if you don't obey him. You know, that's a form of fear. You know what I mean? But let me finish off on this first Maccabees. First Maccabees 3 and verse 20, it says, they come against us in much pride and iniquity to destroy us and our wives and children and to spoil us. But we fight for our lives and our laws. Wherefore the Lord himself will overthrow them before our face. And as for you, be ye not afraid of them. Now as soon as he had left off speaking, he leapt suddenly upon them, and so Saran and his host was overthrown before him. Okay? And they pursued them from the going down of Bethhoron unto the plain, where were slain about 800 men of them, and the residue fled into the land of the Philistines. Then began the fear of Judas and his brethren, and an exceeding great dread to fall upon the nations round about them, insomuch as his fame came unto the king, and all nations talked of the battles of Judas. So that goes to show you his fear was upon all the other nations. And why is that? Because the spirit of the Lord was upon them, man. When you go back and you read the scriptures, I believe it's somewhere in Deuteronomy where it says how the Lord said he's going to send his fear before our enemies, and that our enemies will flee 7 ways before us, man. You know, we'll come at our enemies will come at us 1 way and they'll flee 7 ways before us, man. That's the times that we're coming into, man. You know? But you know, when you're ready, we can get that next scripture. Oh yeah, Khan, look that up, because that'll be your palm to bring that out through the spirit. I think it's like enemies flee 7 ways. You could just type that.
Is that 28 and 7?
Yeah, it might be that one too, but I know you can get that one first, Papa Shah.
Okay, you say enemies flee 7 ways.
Khan.
Yeah, that's
You know, the scripture also say, one of you shall chase 1,000. You know, hey man, that's the power of the Lord. You know, it's not of ourselves, it's of the Lord, man. So it goes to show you, numbers don't really matter if the Lord is not dealing.
We need to get that 28 and 8.
Come on, Papa Shah.
All right, this is Deuteronomy 28, verse 8, and it reads...
7.
Oh, Salah. This is Deuteronomy 28, verse 7, and it reads, the Lord shall cause thy enemy to rise up against thee to be smitten before thy face. They shall come out against thee 1 way and flee before thee 7 ways.
Exactly. So that goes to show you, man, that's because that's the spirit of the Lord, you know, dealing. Okay? Also, in the book of Joshua, chapter 23, and I'll start at verse 8. Okay? Or you want to read it, Papa Shah?
You want to read it?
Promise.
All right, this is Joshua 23, verse 8, and it reads, and he spake unto them, saying, return with much riches unto your tents, and with the very much cattle, with silver, and with gold, and with brass, and with iron, and with the very much remnant, divide the spoil of your enemies with your brethren. Verse 9, and the children of Reuben, and then the children of Gad.
Oh, I think you're in the wrong chapter out there.
Oh, Salah.
Chapter 21. Call 12.
All right. No, this is Joshua 23, verse
8.
Start at 8.
8.
But cleave unto the Lord your power, as ye have done until this day.
What does it mean to cleave unto the Lord? Sirach 25 and 12 tells you that the beginning of the faith is the beginning of cleaving unto YAHAWASHI. So to cleave unto the Lord means to have faith. Okay? Go ahead, Papa Shah.
Verse 9, for the Lord hath driven out from before you great nations and strong. But as for you, no man hath been able to stand before you until this day.
Yeah, and why is that? Because the Lord was the one who drove them out before us. Go ahead, Baba Kashaw.
Verse 10, one man of you shall chase 1,000. For the Lord your power, it is that figure of fighting for you, as he had promised you.
Exactly. So that's the point of that right there. It's the Lord fighting for us, man. Just like what we read back in Maccabees. So if one man shall chase 1,000, that's power right there, man. Okay, and that's through the spirit of Yahweh Shemel Shai. What's that next scripture we got on deck?
Was it Matthew 22, verse 14?
Might have been. I thought we brought that out.
Oh,
Yeah, we brought that out already.
Brought that out? All right, the next one we got is 2nd Esdras, chapter 9, verse 16. Bring that out.
Come on, Baba Kashaw. Whenever you're ready. Oh, it came from over there.
Oh, you want? All right. Okay, this is 2nd Esdras, chapter 9, verse 16. Like as a wave is greater than a drop.
Salakia. Start at verse 15.
15? Come on. All right, 2nd Esdras, chapter 9, verse 15. And it reads, I have said before, and now do speak, and will speak it also hereafter, that there be many more of them which perish than of them which shall be saved.
Yeah, that goes to show you what, man. You're going to have more people that are going to die than more people that are going to be saved from this upcoming destruction. Because like Yahawashi said, blessed are you when you go through the narrow and straight gate, for there be few that find it, man. Because broad is the way, or the wide gate is the way of destruction. There are many be that go that way. Roughly paraphrasing, man. If you don't mind looking up that scripture, Baba Kashaw. You know? Because that also right there goes to show you that it's not about numbers. It's not about a great multitude. Why do you think the elect is called the remnant? Meaning like the remainder, you know? Just type in like straight gate or wide gate. You can type in wide gate because it'll help find the scripture. I believe it's somewhere in Matthew. You know? And that's what we're doing through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemel Shai. We're going through the straight gate. While 2/3 of our people want to live it up, party in Babylon, you know, live their best life, quote unquote. Okay? Which really, this is the worst captivity we've been in. You know? But nevertheless, you know, they call it living it their best life.
But like we brought out in that, you know, many are called, but few are chosen.
Right.
All right, this is Matthew chapter 7, verse 13, and it reads, Enter ye in at the straight gate, for wide is the gate, and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction, and many there be which go in thereat.
Come on. So that's the point on that right there. There's going to be many going through that broad gate, that wide gate, man. Going to show you that the multitude of the people is really going to be doing wickedness.
It is 14. 14, because straight is the gate, and narrow is the way which leadeth unto life, and few there be that find it.
Few there be that find it. So that's why we don't have a big congregation and stuff like that. Because, you know, the Lord is only dealing with a select few. Like the brother brought out early in the beginning of the lesson. It's an underdog story, man.
Right.
All right. Now, we can jump back to 2nd Esdras 9.
All right. You want me to go back to 15?
Come on.
All right. 2nd Esdras chapter 9, verse 15, and it reads, I have said before, and now do speak, and will speak it also hereafter, that there be many more of them which perish than of them which shall be saved. Verse 16, like as a wave is greater than a drop.
So the elect is like that drop, and the 2/3 is like a wave, meaning like that's a drop of water is a small comparison compared to a whole ass wave.
That's right.
So that goes to show you how much more people are going to be destroyed rather than people being saved, man. Lord willing, the Lord has mercy upon us that we be a part of that drop, you know.
Right.
Okay? Bible Kashah, I'm going to get this quick one real quick. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 8. And I'll start at verse 1. All right? Write it down real quick. 2nd Ezra 8 and 1. And he answered me, saying, the Most High hath made this world for many, but the world to come for few. Okay? Yeah, so the new rulership is for the few, and that few is the 1/3 of the nation of Israel. Okay? It says, I will tell thee a similitude, Ezra, as when thou askest the earth, it shall say unto thee, that it giveth much mold whereof earthen vessels are made, but little dust that gold cometh of. Even so is the course of this present world. Yeah, so basically, you know how you have certain precious metals and certain precious stones and stuff like that that are rare, you know, and you can't really find it in abundance, like gold, precious gold and stuff like that, you know what I mean? So that's basically like the elect, you know. You can go through thousands of people, but out of those thousands of people, you only find, you know, like say you go through I think that's in Ecclesiastes where it says, you know, out of 1,000 men, you only find one righteous. You know, so that goes to show you that the majority of the people are wicked. So it's just like the earth, it makes a lot of, you know, resources and stuff like that for things that we have at our disposal, if you will. But, you know, for more precious things like gold, stuff like that, you know, that's more rare to find. So the elect is compared to that fine gold. Like the Lord said, he's going to make a man more precious than fine gold. You know, and that's referring to the Israelite man of the elect.
That's right.
Okay, now I'm going to keep reading verse 2 or verse 3. It says, there be many created, but few shall be saved. Okay, so that's the point on that right there. There's many people created. There's many people on the earth right now. Right. You know, over billions of people on the earth right now. But only that 1/3 of the remnant is going to be saved out of the nation of Israel, man. And the scriptures say Israel is as the sand of the sea, man. So you can imagine how many people are going to be destroyed compared to that number of people being saved, man. Ooh. You know?
The next one was Zechariah chapter 13.
You got it?
Verse 1. And it reads, in that day there shall be a fountain open to the house of David and to the inhabitants of Jerusalem for sin and for uncleanness. Verse 2. And it shall come to pass in that day, said the Lord of hosts, that I will cut off the names of the idols out of the land, and they shall no more be remembered. And also I will cause the prophets and the unclean spirits to pass out of that land. Yeah,
and the scriptures say what? There is many false prophets gone out into the world.
That's right.
You know, so you're gonna have a lot of people being destroyed because a lot of people are adhering to those false prophets. When you go back into Exodus, I believe that's what Exodus 23, where it says what? Thou shalt not follow a multitude to do evil. So you know, yeah, Islam got a big congregation. Yeah, Christianity got a big congregation. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Right. But they're following a multitude to do evil.
That's right.
You know? So all them false prophets, you're going to have many false prophets getting destroyed out here. But I think what I really meant to put through the Spirit was Zechariah 13 and 8. You can skip down to that, Bible Shah.
Okay, come on. Zechariah chapter 13 and 8. And it reads, and it shall come to pass that in the land, said the Lord, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die.
That 2 parts represents the 2/3.
That's right.
All right, here in Babylon.
But the 3rd shall be left therein.
And Lord, when we be that 1/3, you know? So that goes to show you 2/3 is more than 1/3. That's over half.
Come on.
So you're going to have over half of our people being destroyed compared to the 1/3 here in America, man. All right? Go ahead, Bible Shah.
Verse 9.
Come.
Verse 9, and I will bring the 3rd part through fire, and will refine them as silver is refined, and will try them as gold is tried. They shall call on my name, and I will hear them. I will say, it is my people, and they shall say, the Lord is my power.
And that's the point of that right there, man. So the elect is gonna be that 1/3 tried through the fire, man. And we're going through the fire every day, really. You know, some days you feel the fire hotter than others.
That's right.
But the Lord's preparing us for that ultimate test is the times of Jacob's trouble, which we are approaching, man. Okay? Time of trouble such as the world has never seen before. Okay? You got something you want to say, Akil?
You know, like we've been bringing out, you know, if we was doing folly, you know, if we was following these other, you know, false prophets, then, you know, there will be a multitude. But, you know, since we, you know, following the laws and the commandments to the best of our abilities, you know, we're trying to, you know, walk righteous, you know, that just shows you. A lot of our people, you know, when adversity hits, you know, they don't respond with adversity. So, you know, like the brother been saying, as we've been bringing up, you know, it's an underdog story. You know, few have been, many are called, but a few are chosen.
I got this precept. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 1, and I'll start at verse 26. It says, "For ye see your calling, brethren." This truth is our calling. This is our purpose right here. It says, "that not many wise men after the flesh, not many mighty, not many noble are called." Okay? "But the Most High have chosen the foolish things of the world to confound the wise. And the Most High has chosen the weak things of the world to confound the things which are mighty." That's the ultimate underdog story, man.
Underdog story right
You know,
there.
even going back to the time of Moses during Egypt, Moses wasn't too articulate. Moses didn't have no PhD in freaking grammar.
That's right.
He told the Most High, I could barely speak, you know, and stuff like that. The Most High said, "Who created the tongue? You know, who created the eyes?" Roughly paraphrasing. "Who created the mouth? You know, I'm going to teach you what to say. I'm going to teach you how to speak, you know."
Come on.
And guess what? The Lord, you know what I mean? That's the ultimate underdog story, low key. And Moses was a humble man, but the Lord exalted him very, very high, man.
And that's to show you, know, our people, they rather go follow the person with the nice suit, you know, the nicer things, you know, rather than, you know, who the Lord is dealing with.
Exactly.
Come on.
So that's why it says right there, "But the Most High have chosen the foolish things of the world to confound the wise." Yeah, technically, according to the world, we're foolish. You know, I never went to college a day in my life. I don't have no college degree.
Likewise.
You know what I'm saying? But here it is. I bet you if a college graduate try to come up and talk to us about the scriptures, they're gonna get confounded. So you know what I'm
They're
saying?
gonna get cut up.
Exactly. So what does that go to show you? You know, not trying to exalt ourselves or nothing like that. It's all through the spirit and power of Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI.
That's right.
But that goes to show you what? That the Most High chosen the foolish things of the world, man. You know? So, and it says, "And base things of the world and things which are despised hath the Most High chosen, yea, and things which are not, to bring to naught the things that are." I'm basically saying that's the ultimate underdog story. Verse 29, "that no flesh should glory in his presence." Yeah, you're not going to be able to glory. "Oh yeah, I got this college degree. You know, I'm a lawyer. I'm a doctor. You know what I mean? I'm in this truth because, you know, I went to school. I'm smart, you know." It says that no flesh may glory in his presence, man. Because when they see us on the highways and byways, they basically look at us like base men. You know, who are these niggas out here with Bibles? That's basically how they look at us. But that's the ultimate underdog story, you know, through the spirit of power, YAHAWASHI.
That's right. You know, some of these dudes, they went to school, they got their little job, so they feel as if, you know, they better than us because, you know, they got the comfort to, you know, what's that saying? They got the comfort to the fruits of their labor. They're enjoying the fruits of their labor of all that. But, you know, like the brother brought out, the Most High has chosen the foolish things of the world to confound the wise.
Right. Exactly. Yeah, so according to the world, we're foolish, but truly we are wise because we have this knowledge and we have the spirit of YAHAWASHI upon us. Lord willing, we endure unto the end.
That's right.
Okay?
Because, you know, your PhD, your college degree ain't going to save you.
Nope.
Your big house, your nice car, none of those things will save you.
Nope.
Or, you know, in that day, will help you.
Nope. Matter of fact, Bible Shah, can you get Jeremiah 9 and 24? We can close up with that, Lord willing, unless you got something you want to say.
Come on,
Come on.
all right, this is Jeremiah chapter 9, verse 24.
Actually, start at 23.
All right, verse 23. "Thus said the Lord, let not the wise man glory in his wisdom, neither let the mighty man glory in his might. Let not the rich man glory in his riches.
Yep.
But let him that glorieth glory in this."
So if you're going to glory, all right, because really we have nothing to glory about except for this.
That's right.
Go ahead. 24.
All right. Let that he understand it and knoweth me, that I am the Lord, YAHAWASHI, which exercise loving kindness,
Right.
judgment, and righteousness in the earth. For in these things I delight, said the Lord.
Exactly. So the Lord said, if you're going to glory in anything, glory in the fact that you know me.
That's right.
You know what I mean? Because we really truly have nothing to glory about, man. We're just earth and ashes.
That's right.
Don't give a damn if you got a college degree. You know? Man, you're earth and ashes, man. Okay, now don't get me wrong, you know, I'm not knocking any brother who does have a college degree or any brother who might be, you know, up in that field of work or anything like that, you know. Kudos to you, you know, that's all the will of the Lord. But at the same time, you know, understand that that's not what you're supposed to be glorying. Don't be glorying in the fact that you got a lot of money. Some brothers got money. Ain't nothing wrong with having money, but don't glory in that, man.
Right.
Some brothers are mighty men. Some brothers know how to fight. Some brothers are really strong. You know, that's cool, but don't glory in that, man. Okay? You know, some brothers might be, you know, book smart, you know, going back to PhDs and stuff like that. That's cool, but don't glory in that. Because that's not going to save you, man. What's going to save you is Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI. As we read earlier, Psalms 33 and 16, no king is saved by a multitude of hosts, neither is a mighty man delivered by much strength, man. You know, no matter what you got, no matter how much money you got, man, the Rothschilds, they still going to go into slavery.
That's right.
And they pretty much run the world monetarily. And they still going to go into slavery. They're still going to get judged. They're still preparing for the day of the Lord's judgment. Why do you think they're building up them, you know, submarines, you know, those billion-dollar submarines to try to escape the day of the Lord?
What's those things called that they build in like the mountains or?
Yeah, the bunkers and stuff like that. Why they building that? Because they know they still going to get judged. Matter of fact, in the book of Revelation, if you got a precept, you can bring it out.
No, I was just going to say, like it says in Isaiah 33, verse 6, you know, wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times and strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord is his treasure. That's
right. That's what's going to keep us stable in these times. Right. Not your college degree, not your strength of being a mighty man. You know, the wisdom and knowledge is going to keep us stable.
What was that in Revelation?
Revelation 6, I think it's around verse 17. Where they say something like, let the rocks fall upon us to hide us from the wrath.
You want to start at 16?
About sure.
All right. Revelation chapter 6, verse 16, and said to the mountains and rocks, fall on
Actually,
us.
start at a little before that.
Okay.
Start at 14, about sure.
All right, Revelation chapter 6, verse 14, and the heavens departed as a scroll when it is rolled together.
Right.
And every mountain and island were moved out of their places.
Meaning the ICBM nuclear missiles is going to, you know, like I said, the heaven departing as a scroll, that's the mushroom cloud from the missiles. And every island and mountain moving out their place, you know, on a physical sense, that's the earth quaking. You know, having that great earthquake. You know, go ahead, Baba Shah.
Verse 15, and the kings of the earth, and the great men, and the rich men, and the chief captains, and the mighty men, and every bondman, and every free man, hid themselves in the dens and in the rocks of the mountains.
So they're rich, they're mighty, they're kings, okay? But why are they hiding though? You know what I mean? Like, why you hiding? You know?
They know what's going on.
Go ahead, Baba Shah.
Verse 16, and said to the mountains and rocks, fall on us, and hide us from the face of him that sitteth on the throne, and from the wrath of the Lamb.
Why is that? Go ahead, keep it.
17, for the great day of his wrath is come, and who shall be able to stand?
Exactly, man. So that's why they hiding, because they know the true person, or the true deity, or if you will, the fear is Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, man. Yeah, that's why the Lord said, don't fear them that can kill the body.
Right.
Rather fear him which can kill both soul and body, you know? That's the point on that right there. And the scripture says, why should I be afraid of man whose breath is in his nostrils? The Lord is the one who gave that nigga breath to breathe, man.
Right.
And same with us. The Lord is the one who gave us oxygen to breathe right now. We're supposed to fear him. Whew. You know? That's the point, though, you know? So, hey, you know, you got anything else out there?
You brought that. That was the spirit right there.
So, hey, with that, we would like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, KAKWADASH. Double honors to our elders and apostles of great millstone, every well, peace and blessing to the elect of Israel. Shalom and a Baba Ball.
Shalom and a Baba Ball.